Welcome everyone to the second ever edition of Clash of the Gods. I am Snail Salad and I am your commentator for this evening and every evening to come. That's right, the company decided I did a good enough job with the first episode that I am now your permanent commentator and host for every episode to come. Get used to me, pal. So, well, now that we're here, why not start with some wrestling? That is what you came to see, right? So let's get right into it. We've got ourselves a tag team match, playa. That's right, it's Mortal Kombat. The team of Scorpion and Sub-Zero, who are going to be going 2-on-2 with the presidents of the United States of America, Abraham Lincoln and Theodore Roosevelt. I am excited. Let's go, baby. There they are, Scorpion, Sub-Zero from the video game franchise Mortal Kombat, dressed in their classic attire, and definitely looking to dole out some fatalities on a couple of old-time United States presidents. Yeah, these two definitely very capable fighters. They are veterans of the Mortal Kombat tournament held on both Earthrealm and Outworld. Of course, both Sub-Zero and Scorpion originally from Earthrealm, I believe, although it's been a long time since I brushed up on my Mortal Kombat lore, so correct me if I'm wrong. But regardless, they are definitely a team that is going to be a strong contender to become the first ever Clash of the Gods Tag Team Champions. Let's see how they fare. But their opponents are also no slouches either. I mean, sure, they may be a couple of old geezers who run a country, but Abraham Lincoln is actually a former, real-life, actual wrestling champion, so I think he has more wrestling experience than pretty much anyone else in the entire Clash of the Gods roster. And of course, Theodore Roosevelt, good old Teddy, he swings around a big stick, and he speaks rather softly. But don't let that fool you, because he is a certified, true badass, as badass a president as the United States of America has ever had. This is the kind of man who would go camping out in Yellowstone all by himself while in office as president. And as soon as he left office, this is the kind of man who decided to go adventuring over in the Amazon rainforest, just because why not? Teddy Roosevelt's true American hero. Both of them, some of the greatest presidents in this country's entire history. And they're going to go 2-on-2 with a couple of ninjas from a video game. Let's go, baby! And Teddy Roosevelt's psyching up Abe Lincoln, and Abe Lincoln's going to go into the ring. And it looks like Teddy Roosevelt's going to start this match on the apron, and Abe Lincoln is going to be the first to take to the ring. So, let's see. Why wait any longer? Let's get this match started. I am excited very much to see this match, so let's go. We've got Scorpion in the ring, and of course, as I was correct in my assumption, Abe Lincoln will be starting off for the presidents. The bell has been rung, which means this match is officially underway, and now we've got ourselves a lock-up. Scorpion going behind into a German suplex position, takes Abe Lincoln down to the mat with a little slam, and now Scorpion got him in a little hold, gonna just throw him on the ground. Alright, interesting wrestling move, but in this business, you gotta do whatever works, no matter how unorthodox it may seem. And Abe Lincoln gonna give him a big old butterfly suplex slam. You think he was doing that to his political opponents back in the 1800s? I sure hope so. I mean, I haven't seen it in any history books, but that would be a hell of a fact. And a power bomb, big old power bomb, just knocking the wind out of Scorpion. That is, if Scorpion has any wind in his lungs to begin with. Abe Lincoln kindly helping Scorpion back up to his feet. Gonna hit him with a scoop slam, but Scorpion, expert maneuver there, able to evade it. And gonna get him with a gut check. Picks him up at the Samoan drop and drops him onto his knees. That is what we call a gut check, mate. And now, bad position. He sets himself up in the corner to get his face slammed right into that turnbuckle pad by Scorpion. Wise move there by Scorpion. Definitely paying attention to his surroundings. As now we're going to see our first tag, and in comes Sub-Zero and Mortal Kombat, setting up Abe Lincoln in the center of the ring for a hell of a double team maneuver. A sweep and a knee right to the face. That will definitely take a man off his feet, but it will not keep a man like Abraham Lincoln down, as we can see. An honest Abe, not so honest apparently. I think tried to take a cheap shot over at Sub-Zero maybe, but just kind of missed. Or maybe he changed his mind. Maybe Abe really is honest and just didn't want to take a cheap shot. Stopped himself before he could do such a thing. In comes Teddy Roosevelt now, the 26th president of the United States of America. And here we go. He's going to get immediately face planted into the mat by Sub-Zero. But that's okay, because Teddy Roosevelt can take it. He's a man who can take anything. But can he take a power bomb from Sub-Zero? Well, probably. I mean, the power bomb is a pretty simple move, very commonly done move, though from some people, a power bomb can be very devastating, like from Gabe Newell. We don't want to be on the receiving end of a Gabe Newell power bomb, but a Sub-Zero power bomb probably does not have the same amount of oomph that a Gabe Newell power bomb has. And oh, well, in comes Sub-Zero again. That was very quick. And Sub-Zero and Teddy Roosevelt squaring off in the ring. I think that was a little bit of a botch there. Couldn't quite get it right, but you know what? Mistakes do happen. And it's not whether you make mistakes, it's how well you can capitalize on those mistakes. And it seems like Teddy Roosevelt has done a good job on capitalizing on his own mistake. That's an excellent move there by Teddy Roosevelt. That's the hallmark of an excellent wrestler. Someone who capitalizes on their mistakes, and in comes Abraham Lincoln, who gives a German suplex to Sub-Zero, who does not seem the least bit fazed by it, but that calf kick to the face certainly may have fazed him, as we're going to see some frequent tags from the Presidents here. They are not spending too much time in the ring. Very, very frequent tags. They're tagging in and out, and that's a good strategy in a tag team match. You always want to keep the fresh man in, and we see another tag as the Presidents set themselves up for a steamroller and a boot stomp to Sub-Zero. Interesting tag team maneuver by the Presidents. And now Abraham Lincoln looks to be going to the top rope. Maybe not so a good idea. You allowed Sub-Zero to make it all the way back to his corner, and now Scorpion rushing right at Abe Lincoln. But Abe Lincoln able to counter, goes for a big kick, but Scorpion able to very adeptly take him down. But unfortunately, was a little bit too close to the ropes. And when you have your opponent in a hold like that, an arm bar or a leg lock or whatever, any sort of submission or rest hold, and they put their hands on the ropes like you see Abe Lincoln doing there, it's going to force them to break up the hold. It would be considered illegal to keep doing the hold. And now Scorpion looking to fly. Holy crap. Man, I did not expect him to be able to jump like that, but Scorpion just defies expectations. And they're going to see this match return very quickly to the ring. But Scorpion too slow to get back in himself, which allows Abe Lincoln to make the tag to Teddy Roosevelt. And in comes Teddy, who gets taken down by Scorpion, so it may not have been too bad a situation. And whoa, my God. What a DDT. Now, I've never seen a butterfly DDT get that much height before. Scorpion just picked up Teddy Roosevelt like he was nothing. Holy crap. But, oh, there we go. That's a fatality, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be it for Teddy Roosevelt, and Teddy kicks out. That's going to take a little bit more than that to keep down the Bull Moose. But can Sub-Zero capitalize on the wounded Teddy? I mean, he did just take a fatality from Scorpion, so he's not going to be feeling too well. If they keep pushing this, if they can keep the momentum going in their direction, Mortal Kombat could very easily capitalize on the situation and put Teddy away for good. And Teddy Roosevelt's going to start fighting back. It's going to take more than that to put Teddy away. He's feeling a second wind, and Teddy off the ropes hits Scorpion with a big leg drop. That cannot feel good coming from a man like Teddy Roosevelt. Just dropping all of his weight right on the neck of Scorpion, but I think to any other man that would have been enough to take him out for good. But Scorpion, I don't think he is a man. Again, I haven't brushed up my Mortal Kombat history, so forgive me if I'm getting things wrong, but here we go. Teddy Roosevelt's got him up. Teddy Roosevelt hits him with the Trust Buster. That's Teddy Roosevelt's finishing move. That might be enough to put away Scorpion. Are we going to see it? Are the Presidents going to be the #1 contenders for the tag team titles? Oh, no. Scorpion able to kick out against all odds. I thought that was it. But Scorpion managed to kick out, so the match continues. Ooh, well, he gets right back up to his feet after that. So Teddy Roosevelt responds by dropping him right on his knee, ass first. And Teddy Roosevelt is beating Scorpion into his own corner. I think realizing that now, tried to get him back into his own corner. Scorpion wasn't paying attention, though, ended up setting Teddy back to the President's corner, which allowed Abe Lincoln to tag, and now Abe Lincoln is the legal man. And he's going to take Scorpion down with a series of uppercuts and a drop kick right to the face. There's Abe Lincoln showing off his wrestling ability, but oh, he's not paying attention. Oh, he was. Oh, Abe Lincoln was paying attention, but he was doing the honorable thing. That's good old honest Abe there. He wanted Scorpion to make the tag. He wanted this to be a fair fight. He wanted to bring in the fresher Sub-Zero. Good man, Abe Lincoln. That's why he's one of the United States' best presidents. But this could be it for Sub-Zero, though, as Abe Lincoln and Teddy Roosevelt with a kick. A double super kick right to the face of Sub-Zero. That is not going to feel good. And Sub-Zero, I do believe, is bleeding, but it's hard to tell because he has that mask on, so I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. But if he's got blood in his eyes and he can't wipe it off because he has a mask on, that could definitely interfere with his ability to fight this match. And remember, Sub-Zero, I believe, is human. And now Teddy Roosevelt's busted open. We've got some blood showing a lot in this match. We get the other two busted open, we will have a proper bloodbath in our hands. But what matters is the two legal men in the ring are currently gushing bloods from their foreheads. Or at least I assume it's coming from their foreheads. I guess Sub-Zero has a mask on. It's hard to tell sometimes. Now Teddy Roosevelt sent into the corner, and Sub-Zero's gonna set him up in a tree of woe position. What could Sub-Zero be thinking here? He's gonna go climb up the president's corner. If Abe Lincoln wasn't so honest, he would have taken this opportunity to just throw him off. But honest Abe doesn't do things like that, which may be for the detriment of his team, as Sub-Zero goes coast to coast, kicks Teddy Roosevelt right in the face. That could very well push the advantage permanently in the direction of Mortal Kombat. I do not see Teddy Roosevelt getting up from a kick like that. But Abe Lincoln in to break up the pinfall just in time. But he's going to eat a back... No, actually, Abe Lincoln able to escape the back suplex from Scorpion. And Scorpion just kind of lets him go. But Teddy Roosevelt's going to get another gut check from Sub-Zero for his troubles. Teddy Roosevelt's going to make the tag. There's no way Teddy Roosevelt can be feeling good after that kick. He's got to make sure Abe Lincoln becomes a legal man. Abe Lincoln, I think, doing a little better. Oh, hold on a minute. Teddy Roosevelt may not be feeling too well, but he is good enough to deliver. Hit one of his signature moves. Here we go. Roosevelt with the Roosevelt corollary. And he connects with all three of them. The two butterfly suplexes and that butterfly DDT we call the Roosevelt corollary. And now Teddy Roosevelt into the pin. Is he going to hit the 3 count? Well, no. Sub-Zero is able to kick out of it. Rises up to his feet after that. And, well, Sub-Zero lets him get up and eats a big, big clothesline from Teddy Roosevelt for his troubles. And now in comes Abraham Lincoln, who ducks under a punch and hits him with a back suplex, follows through, still has him, hits him now with a German suplex. He must be a little bit dazed right there. I don't see Sub-Zero doing well, and now he's going to hit him with a standard suplex. Abe Lincoln really showing his wrestling acumen. That's got to daze someone. Is this going to do it? 2, and that's the 3. The presidents, surprisingly, are able to get a victory over Mortal Kombat. A very impressive victory for the presidents of the United States, Teddy Roosevelt and Abraham Lincoln, who are now set to go 2-on-2 with Chuck Norris and Jesus Christ at the upcoming pay-per-view Genesis. A very impressive and commendable victory for good old Abe and Teddy Roosevelt. And now, we'll have to see how they can contend being in the ring with Jesus and Chuck Norris. Either way, judged on the performance that we've just seen from them in that match, and from the performance we saw from Holy Norris last week, I gotta say, I'm pretty hyped to see what these two teams are going to do when they face each other at Genesis. We don't just have one match, folks. We have multiple matches. And our next match, well, if you didn't watch last week's episode, here's a little catching up. Arnold Schwarzenegger and John Rambo had themselves a match. It was the Battle of the Ages. It was two movie franchises that should have just ended years ago, still facing off against each other. But it was also Arnold and Stallone, the match everybody's been waiting to see for years. And we finally got to see it here in the Clash of the Gods arena, and it was going great until the end, when John Rambo, otherwise known as Sylvester Stallone, he did a dirty move when he punched Arnold Schwarzenegger straight in the squidgeelies. Now that, of course, ended the match as a disqualification, as you can't be punching your opponent in the squidgeelies, alright? That is not an okay wrestling move, and it resulted in the match being considered a disqualification, a no contest. Match ended, but technically Arnold Schwarzenegger was declared the winner. So tonight, Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be advancing to face Rasputin, who also won last week. But you know Schwarzenegger is not going to be able to get his match with Rambo out of his mind. No man, I think, is capable of forgetting getting punched in the dick like that. But Schwarzenegger is going to have to try. He's going to have to focus on Rasputin if he's going to hope to win tonight, because Rasputin's a pretty hard person to beat. And I am informed that Rambo is not here tonight, so that may take some of the pressure off of Schwarzenegger, knowing that he doesn't have to deal with Rambo running in and ruining everything. But he will, in fact, have to deal with a very capable and dangerous opponent in Grigory Rasputin. Now, I could tell you all about Rasputin. I could tell you about all the things he did, how hard it was to kill him. But why would I tell you when I can just let the song explain it to you? Because I think the song does a pretty damn good job of telling you just what he's about. Now that the entrances have finished, we can get on to the match itself, as Arnold Schwarzenegger, in his Terminator outfit, prepares to go one-on-one with Rasputin. Now, Rasputin's a difficult person to beat. Now, the song didn't really get into it, so I'll explain it to you, but Rasputin, when it came time to kill Rasputin, the Russian nobles decided that the best way to do it would be poison. So they put some poison into his wine, and Rasputin drank it and was completely fine. The dude just powered through the poison like it was nothing. So they decided, well, if that didn't work, let's just shoot the man. And Lord, oh Lord, would you be surprised, because that didn't work either. Yeah, apparently Rasputin survived not only poison, but also being shot. But he did eventually get killed by exposure to the cold, of all things. So they just left him out in the cold, and that's what did him in. So I guess that's what it takes to beat Rasputin. Just let him get a little chilly. But let's see if the Terminator can somehow defeat Rasputin in a fair and honorable way. Or, admittedly, he could do it a dishonorable way. He could win by, like, count out, which we saw happen last week. Rasputin beat the Joker by count out, which you hate to see happen because it's such a disappointing way to win. So hopefully this match at least has a proper finish, because that would be just wonderful. And anyway, Schwarzenegger taking it to Rasputin, going to set him up with a suplex, drops him stomach first on top of the ropes. That, oh wow, Rasputin, look at that. Excellent takedown, drops Schwarzenegger down onto the ropes itself and hits him with a big old neck breaker. And now he's going to hit him, well, he's raking the face. I wish we could see exactly what he was doing, but he was doing something to Schwarzenegger's face. He might have been fondling his nose there for a moment, but if it's an effective wrestling move, you can bet it's worth trying. And now, well, I guess it wasn't that effective because Schwarzenegger only kicked out at 1. So you're going to have to try a little harder than that, like a kick, a drop kick, right to the face. A little bit more effective than I think fondling someone's nose or his eyes or whatever the hell he was doing. And DDT is also a very effective wrestling maneuver. That's the kind of move that can put someone away if properly done right. I don't think it was done quite so right, though. It's just a standard DDT as he gets him in an arm lock, but Schwarzenegger able to very easily fight out of that. And Schwarzenegger going to pick him up for a butterfly suplex, another standard wrestling maneuver we've seen actually even earlier tonight, so we can't say it's too unique, as Schwarzenegger sends him flying right out of the ring. Maybe this is Rasputin's element, though. This might be to his benefit. Remember, he won last week by countout, and I think Schwarzenegger's remembering that because it gets him right back into the ring. Does not want Rasputin to get another unearned victory by countout. Instead, he's going to pick him up in a military press and give him a gut check. 2 knees straight to the gut. That will definitely knock the wind out of even someone like Rasputin. And are we going to see a 3? No, a 1 count. That's only a 1 count. I don't know how he was able to get power through it so easily. But then again, I don't know how he's able to power through being killed so easily. But can he get through a Judgment Day as Schwarzenegger hits his finishing maneuver? Is this going to be enough to... Oh, no, it's not. Because Rasputin kicked out again. That's the thing about Rasputin. What would normally be enough to keep down one normal man? Well, you're going to have to do that twice for Rasputin. That's the thing. When you step into the ring with Rasputin, you pretty much have to be able to beat him twice in a row. Because what would be enough to beat one normal competitor, you're going to have to do double that to beat Rasputin. That's where I'm going with this, okay? So Schwarzenegger is going to have to really put in the effort. However, I do think the actual skill advantage is definitely in Schwarzenegger's ballpark. If you were to put these two in a straight-up match of just pure strength, speed, skill, I think Schwarzenegger would probably win. But in a wrestling match, you have to take in endurance and perseverance. And in that ballpark, few can rival that of Rasputin. The only person I think of who is maybe more perseverant than Rasputin, who is on this roster, is perhaps Jesus Christ himself. So, it's like beating Jesus. If you can beat Rasputin, you can... Well, I'm not going to say if you can beat Rasputin, you can beat Jesus. Jesus is a little bit more skilled than Rasputin, but what it would take to put away Rasputin may be the same amount it would take to put away Jesus. But I think we'd have to test that, as here's Rasputin with a silly little dance and a chop to the nipple of Schwarzenegger. Is that going to be enough to put him away? He got a 2 count out of that. I'm actually baffled that he managed to get a 2 count out of that move of all things. And now, as Rasputin climbs up on the second turnbuckle and gives a diving forearm, he looks like he's going to go do it again. Repetition is a very repetitive thing. Is he going to go do it again now? No, it seems he's given up on it. Okay, great. We get to see more moves. And he's going to hit him with a side slam. Gets him into some sort of strange chokehold. The camera's not really picking it up well. I have no idea what it actually is he's doing. But whatever it is, Schwarzenegger looks like he was able to pretty easily fight out of it. So, must not have been too effective. As Schwarzenegger able to pick him up and hit him with a military press, drop into an uppercut. We saw him do that last week to John Rambo, but Rambo was able to kick out of it. Will Rasputin be able to do the same? He's already taken a Judgment Day and a gut check. And he is, yeah. I told you, Rasputin, hard man to keep down. If that was anyone else in the ring with Schwarzenegger, this match would have already been over. But Rasputin, he keeps fighting. And now... Oh, Schwarzenegger breaks it, and here we go, the two big men bumping into each other, and here's Schwarzenegger hits him with a second Judgment Day. Is that going to do it? Are we finally going to have a winner of this match? We are. Schwarzenegger pulls it off, and he is your winner. Arnold Schwarzenegger did what very few could do, and he beat Rasputin clean. That is not an easy thing to do. And Schwarzenegger should definitely be commended for that. So congratulations to Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's going to move up a bit in the rankings now as Rasputin. He's going to drop a little bit, but I think he'll be fine in the end. Excellent highlights. I love seeing pins in the highlights. What a victory for Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's proud to have his hand raised high. What the hell? That's Rambo! What the hell is he doing here? And he's just hitting him with a kendo stick. I thought he wasn't here tonight. I thought Rambo wasn't here, but apparently he is, and he comes with an emphatic message for Schwarzenegger. The action continues here on Clash of the Gods as we prepare to have ourselves a one-on-one match between Liam Neeson and John Wick. You see, last week we had ourselves a six-man ladder match to determine who would go on to face for the Omni Title Championship at our upcoming pay-per-view Genesis, which is in a few weeks. But to determine who Bruce Lee will face off against to determine the first ever Omni Title Champion, we're going to have ourselves a little bit of a tournament here with all of the people who did not win the ladder match, 5 in total, including Liam Neeson and John Wick, who are prepared to go one-on-one to determine who will advance next week into the finals. Next week, we will have a triple threat match, which will involve the winner of this match, the winner of a match from later on tonight, as well as Gaston, who was lucky enough to have won a pre-show raffle, so he automatically gets a bye and will advance to the finals of this tournament. And you can know that Bruce Lee is definitely going to be watching these matches, looking to see which of the 5 remaining competitors will be his opponent at Genesis. Will it be Liam Neeson? Well, he stands an equal chance to his opponent tonight. And if he wants to win, if he wants to become the Clash of the Gods' first ever Omni Title Champion, then he's going to have to get through John Wick, who is no slouch of an opponent. Does Liam Neeson have it in him? Can Liam Neeson match with the new action hero of the day, John Wick? I suppose that's what we're about to find out, as here he comes. The Baba Yaga himself. He's not the boogeyman. He's the man you send to kill the fucking boogeyman. Because it's none other than John Wick. Played by Keanu Reeves. But this is, for all intents and purposes, John Wick and not Keanu Reeves. So, don't expect the kind and lovable Keanu. Expect a merciless Hitman. I'm gonna be able to. It's really fucking boom. Thank you. Oh shit, the match started. Fuck, I gotta call this. So, it pushes him. Give me a minute. Okay, so they push him in. Liam Neeson pushed John Wick into the corner and they give him a big slam. Yeah, he did that. And it looks like a backbreaker. Oh, yeah, I did that too. So anyways, now Liam Neeson with a neck breaker to John Wick, picks him back up like a gracious host. But John Wick able to counter whatever Liam Neeson had planned. They're going to take him, grab him by the head, and drag him over to the ropes. Now going to kick him in the leg. And looks like he's going to... he's taking him to the other side of the ring, sets him up in a position, and he's going to send him flying to the other side of the ring, right onto the ropes, just hitting his neck on those ropes. That will definitely cause some damage. As John Wick takes him down with a shining wizard of sorts, and you know these two are prepared to do just about anything they can to win this match and advance to next week's triple threat match, and then probably win that and go on to challenge Bruce Lee for the Omni title at Genesis. It is a huge honor, and everybody wants to be the first Omni title champion, but only one person can do it. And both John Wick and Liam Neeson are going to beat the hell out of each other to earn the right to advance. That is what this is about. Ooh, and he takes him down. Big jumping elbow right to the head of John Wick. That could cause some serious cranial fractures there if this wasn't John Wick. Which reminds me, it's time to give a quick medical update on our interview guy, Steve, who you may recall was roundhouse kicked by Chuck Norris last week and is currently in the ER with a severe skull fracture. Well, we have sent him a get well soon card, and we have yet to receive a reply, but we do still hope that Steve will recover in time to start giving interviews again. Here's hoping. And John Wick looking to hit Liam Neeson with an arm trap neck breaker. Fine move. Well executed wrestling move. And now John Wick just repeatedly stomping Liam Neeson into the mat. That is an interesting move. Those rapid fire curb stomps from John Wick. And he hits him with another one of those neck breakers. As John Wick looks to go into the cover now. Is this going to be it? Of course it's not going to be it. Let's be real here. Nobody thought that was actually going to be it. But Liam Neeson right up to his feet, goes for a double axe handle and completely fucking misses. And now he's got his arm hooked there by John Wick, who's got him in a rest hold, but Liam Neeson able to throw a couple of right hands, punches his way out of it, and now creates separation as he looks to pick John Wick up and hits him with a Samoan drop into an Emerald Flosion, I think. Some sort of very interesting move there. That is a 2 count. Well, it's a 2 count, so it's an effective move, but you're going to have to do a little bit more than that if you're going to look to put away a man like John Wick. And now, Liam Neeson repeatedly smashing John Wick's head into the mat. It now picks him up for a big gut-wrench suplex. And it seems like Liam Neeson has this match under control. It's going Neeson's way as he just straight right-hand punches John Wick to the mat, follows up Irish whip. Now John Wick's on the apron, and Liam Neeson slides out underneath him and cuts him down. This match is going to spill out to the outside now. As Neeson prepares to... he's going to throw John Wick back in the ring. All right, well, I don't understand what the point of that was. Maybe Liam Neeson does, but I certainly don't, as Neeson lines up John Wick, looking to hit his finishing move, and he's going to connect with it. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. And what was he doing? Why did you just pick him right back up? To punch him in the face? What the hell are you doing? Liam Neeson could have had this match won right there. He could have put John Wick away with that finishing move, but for some reason he just decided not to. Okay. I can't claim to understand what's going on in Liam Neeson's head. Maybe he wants to hurt John Wick. Maybe he feel like he needs to prove himself or something. I really don't understand, but it may have been a really dumb decision, as now we've given John Wick the ability to start a comeback. Is John Wick now going to beat Liam Neeson because Liam Neeson made an absolutely stupid decision? It's a very real possibility at this point now. Maybe Liam Neeson could pull it out in the end, but now he's gone from like surefire, could win, to I don't know anymore. As he looks to go top rope, gonna hit John Wick with an elbow to the lower back there. As he hits him with a couple of stomps. I don't know what his game plan is here. He doesn't seem to have much of a strategy, is what I've noticed so far. He just seems to kind of do. And when you're in the ring with John Wick, that is not an effective strategy, as Liam Neeson hits him with a chicken wing face buster. After everything John Wick's been through, this very well might be it. And he's got the 1, he's got the 2, but he does not have the 3. Maybe had he pinned him immediately after hitting his finishing move, it would have been a good idea. I think that's what Liam Neeson's thinking here, going to look to maybe hit it again. And Liam Neeson going to hit his finisher for the 2nd time in a row. And once again, he makes the same fucking mistake. Okay. Alright, hold on, I'm done. I'm fucking done. Okay, well, they're informing me that I'm not allowed to leave my post as commentator, so we're just going to have to sit through the rest of this match. But I don't know what the fuck Liam Neeson's thinking, because that was an absolute victory right there, and he just completely threw it away. But it's a perfect opportunity now for John Wick to win. Although I suppose we can't say for certain it would have been an absolute victory. I mean, maybe John Wick would have kicked out. It is a possibility. We'll never know the answer to that question now, as John Wick hits him with a knee to back of the head. This could be it. Is John Wick going to go over on Liam Neeson here with that knee, and Neeson able to kick out? Hopefully John Wick does not make the same stupid mistake that Liam Neeson did. And it looks like John Wick going to line him up, hit him with his finishing move. There it is, that knee straight to the face. And now John Wick looking to be the #1 contender. He's got him pinned, and Liam Neeson manages to kick out. I don't know how he did it, but Liam Neeson has kicked out. There's still hope for him yet. But John Wick now trying to mount a comeback. He's got the energy flowing in his direction, the momentum going his way, looking to ride this all the way to victory. And here's John Wick helping Liam Neeson right back up to his feet now, only to take him down to the mat once again and hit him with some open palm strikes straight to the face. You do not want to be on the receiving end of those. Those can cause some serious, serious damage. But it seems like Liam Neeson was able to take them rather well. He seems to still be standing, which is more than I could say for pretty much anyone else who would be in that position. But he won't be standing for long as John Wick hits him with a pump handle Death Valley driver. And that very well could be it. And Liam Neeson once again kicks out. I don't know how he does it, but I don't know if he can continue to do it, as it looks like John Wick's going to line him up, looking to hit his finishing move once again, and John Wick connects, and that could very well do it. The 1, 2, 3, John Wick will advance to next week's Triple Threat. A very well-deserved victory for John Wick. Even though Liam Neeson may not have fought this the most intelligently, you can't take anything away from John Wick. He endured quite a bit, and he gave a hell of a lot of offense to put Liam Neeson away. In the end, it's a very well-deserved victory for John Wick, and we'll see if he can make the most of this opportunity next week. And, what a victory. I see bright prospects in John Wick's future. Let's see if those bright prospects will come to fruition. I imagine they will. I mean, from what we've seen, I think John Wick certainly has a certain amount of acumen, gravitas, that will definitely help him to succeed. Who is this? Well, it's not Scorpion. It's not Sub-Zero. But it is another Mortal Kombat classic character. And it's a woman. Because that's right, we've got ourselves a little bit of women's action, and Kitana from Mortal Kombat looking to come out and maybe have a little bit more luck than Scorpion and Sub-Zero did earlier tonight. Maybe she'll be able to pull it off, pull a victory like Scorpion and Sub-Zero failed to do earlier tonight against the Presidents. Or maybe it will be yet another failure in the list of Mortal Kombat characters. I don't know. We're going to have to see. But she is going up against a rather challenging opponent. Another video game character, but one who maybe has a bit of momentum going into this match. A little bit more than Kitana has, I would say. But when it comes into that ring, all that matters is who can win. Alright? That's like some John Madden prolific statement, you know? Like, yeah, they won because they scored more points. Okay, anyways, Kitana's opponent, it's a good one, folks. Trust me when I say this, because Kitana is going to go one-on-one with the star of Valve's latest video game. It's Alyx Vance from Half-Life 2, Episode 1, Episode 2, and the newly released Half-Life Alyx. It's a big moment for her. And maybe she'll win this match and go on to face another Valve character at Genesis, and we can have Alyx Vance versus Chell to determine who the first ever women's champion will be. It's a possibility, folks, but it all hinges on whether or not Alyx Vance can pull it off and achieve victory over a very challenging opponent in Mortal Kombat's Kitana. Now that both competitors are in the ring, we can officially get the referee to throw his hand gesture toward the bell keeper and ring that bell, baby, because this match has started and Alyx Vance immediately takes down Kitana with a spear. She's starting this match a little aggressively, it seems. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to win. That's how it goes here in the Clash of the Gods arena, and Alyx Vance is not letting up. She's immediately going to go for a superplex on Kitana, it seems like. God damn, Alyx. Damn. Well, let's see if she can keep it. All right, well, it's a little early to go for a pinfall, I think. You're going to have to do a little bit more than that if you want to put Kitana away, but things are definitely looking good for Alyx Vance in the opening stages of this match, as Alyx helps her right back up to her feet, only to once again put her down on the mat. We've seen this before. It's typical wrestling stuff, you know. As Alyx now looking to climb top rope and hit her with an elbow drop. And this match so far has been all Alyx, but now Kitana catches the leg of Mrs. Vance, or Miss Vance, sorry, and hits her now with a scoop slam and helps her once again up to her feet, as she kicks her down to her one knee and hits her with a float over neck breaker. And she's going to do a little taunting. All right, well, interesting. I would say it would have been a better idea to focus the attack and try and take down Alyx Vance, but it may not have been too bad, as Kitana looks to do another slingshot into the ropes. We saw John Wick do that in the last match, so Kitana taking a page out of John Wick's playbook, as she just completely whiffs with that kick. That did not connect with anyone except the air. But she connects with that knee and follows it up, connects with that kick, so good job, Kitana. Forcing Alyx Vance to the ropes, as Kitana does a little posing for the crowd there. If you've got some flash photography, now would have definitely been the time to use it, as Miss Vance, sorry, I gotta get that right, comes right back into the ring, going to take down the arm, and look at this, what an interesting arm lock applied by Miss Vance, who is unfortunately not able to make much progress, as Kitana fights her way very quickly out of the arm lock before any serious damage could be applied. And now Alyx Vance with a little bit of mockery, some showboating of her own there, mimicking sort of what Kitana was doing to her when she was on the ropes there. Little cheekiness from Alyx Vance, which would be pretty typical of a Valve character. They tend to be a little cheeky like that. But don't let the cheekiness fool you, because these Valve characters have very well proven themselves. Team Valve held their own against Chuck Norris and Jesus Christ, even though they weren't able to pull off the victory. But Chell was able to pull off the victory against the Bride last week. Let's see if Alyx Vance can make things a little great. Maybe the women of Valve are a little better than the men, maybe? Well, if Alyx Vance can pull out a victory tonight, it would certainly seem like it. But it's not going to be an easy victory. She's going to have to deal with Kitana, who looks to apply her into that submission lock, trying to get it locked in, but it doesn't seem like she was able to get it fully locked in. Alyx Vance able to slip out rather quickly, and this match is going to continue as Alyx just beats her chest with vicious punches. I don't know what that one was about. And here we go. Alyx picks her up for a big slam. And Kitana pips right back up to her feet now. Gonna hit Alyx with a Michinoku driver. That is what we in the wrestling business call that move, or at least that's what the game calls it. And there's an arm drag, and there's like a lockup, and wrestling moves. That's what we see here. We're seeing wrestling moves. I don't know what else you may have expected. Maybe a sudden leg sweep from Alyx Vance. That certainly was a little unexpected, but effective it seems as Alyx picks Kitana back up to her feet, hits her with a knee to the face. I mean, no matter what, a knee to the face is always going to be effective, but is it effective enough to win the match? Not quite. You're going to need to do a little bit more than that to put away Kitana, especially when the stakes are on the line. Everybody is fighting to be their respective first champions, and both of these women want to claim to be the first ever women's champion here in Clash of the Gods. And Kitana now setting Alyx Vance up on the turnbuckle. What could she possibly be thinking to do here? No, don't tell me she's going to superplex her to the outside of the ring. Holy Jesus Christ almighty. Well, that'll definitely take the wind out of you. No doubt about that. But it seems Alyx is at least able to fight back, which means she's not quite out of this match yet. Don't count her out if you're keeping track. And the referee begins his count. He's already at 4 now, so you got to get these two back in the ring. Got to make sure this match ends in the ring. And Alyx Vance now with a punch to the face, and here we go. Alyx Vance picking up Kitana, looking to hit her with her finisher. There we go. Alyx Vance, that's 1 down right there. That's 2 down, and that's... No! Oh, she kicked out. Okay, I thought that was it. I thought Kitana was done for, but it seems like she was able to kick out of Alyx Vance's finishing move there, which means this match will continue. And we'll have to see how well she can fare against Alyx Vance. An Irish whip, and Kitana able to counter it, sends Vance into the corner, but she gets her knees up and now lines her up for a drop kick. And here we go. Alyx Vance feeling the momentum now. She's going to go for it. She's going to hit her right with a forearm into the corner now. And going to pick her up, looking for an alley-oop, and she's going to alley-oop her. Right there we go. I don't know what's so alley-oop about it, but that's what that move is called. Picks her up now and going to take her down, and a knee. Well, there you go. Interesting moves, but Kitana wisely rolling out of the ring there, not allowing Alyx Vance to immediately capitalize, but Vance decides to roll out on her own and goes right after Kitana, not giving her any time to breathe. And Kitana can barely get back up to her feet before Alyx Vance has already taken her back down again. Kitana's only hope at this point is to brutally fight her way back, to scratch and claw and send Alyx Vance crashing into those golden stairs. And now Alyx Vance going to send Kitana a little receipt there, a taste of the same move she just did to her. And a slide. I think she may have actually chipped her tooth there on those golden stairs falling down, but the camera angle wasn't quite good enough to be able to accurately tell. And this match is going to return once again to the ring. And a big move there. Well, the name of it doesn't matter. But what does matter is Alyx Vance is stalking Kitana, setting her up for a finishing once again. She's got her up. Is she going to connect with it? Is she going to? Yes, she is. And that has to be it, ladies and gentlemen. The 2 and the 3. Alyx Vance has defeated Kitana. And that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Alyx Vance versus Chell, confirmed for Genesis. It is going to be the battle of Valve's greatest heroines, as Alyx and Chell prepare to go one-on-one to determine the first ever women's championship. And judging by what we've seen, Alyx Vance does stand a pretty good chance, but so does Chell. So I'd say it's about 50-50. You'll have to see which one can pull it off when we get to Genesis, which is only a few weeks away now. Make sure to tune in. It's going to be a hell of an event. But big props to Alyx Vance pulling that off, and congratulations on getting her own game, being the protagonist of her own game and not just a secondary character to Gordon. Congratulations to Alyx Vance. It's main event time here at the Clash of the Gods Arena, and we're going to start off with good old Clint Eastwood. And it's going to be Clint Eastwood going one-on-one with Geralt of Rivia to determine which of them will advance to next week's triple threat. Who will it be? Will it be Clint Eastwood? Will it be Geralt? Find out.
Graced a ride along with Geralt of Rivia. Along came this song. From when the White Wolf fought a silver-tongued devil, his army of elves at his hooves did they revel. They came after me with masterful deceit, broke down my lute and they kicked in my teeth, while the devil's horns minced our tender meat. And so cried the witcher, he can't be bleed. Toss a coin to your witcher, O Valley of Plenty, O Valley of Plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your witcher, O Valley of Plenty. At the edge of the world, fight the mighty horn that bashes and breaks you and brings you to more.
Okay, go on, guess. What do you think is going to happen next? Is the referee going to ring the bell and the match is going to start? Why, yes, that is exactly what's going to happen next. Aren't you so smart? As we immediately see Clint Eastwood drop Geralt right onto his dick. So we're off to a great start here. But here we go, collar and elbow tie up. Geralt pushing Clint Eastwood back into the corner now. And the referee going to come over, of course, do his job. And no, he's not. Good. Who the hell... Why do we hire these freaking clowns? Come on. Like, okay. What? I don't know. This company's run by a bunch of fucking monkeys is what I've devised. I mean, seriously, have you listened to the quality of this microphone? You'd think a company that has managed to, hire Clint Eastwood and bring fucking Geralt to existence would be able to hire a microphone that actually sounds decent, but I don't know, this company. Some things just don't make sense. Anyways, I just thought I'd introduce you to our referee, though, since he is, a very important part. You may have seen him in a couple of matches. That's Steve. He's our referee guy. He does a pretty good job, I guess, when he's paying attention, which I don't... Oh, look at that. What a catch by Clint Eastwood. Drops him into a backbreaker. But yeah, Steve, he's, I guess, a new hire. Maybe he's an intern. That would explain it. He's Steve, the intern referee. I think that's his story. As the match goes on, we have Clint Eastwood dropping an elbow on Geralt of Rivia, and he's going to bring him in close for a powerbomb. No, actually, that's a Canadian backbreaker. That's a submission hold, but not a very effective one on a man like Geralt, who could very easily slip out of it. And Geralt helps Clint Eastwood right back up to his feet and going to hit him with a snap suplex. Standard wrestling move. And here's a pinfall predicament, and it's going to be a kick out before the referee can even get his hand down for one. That means there's a lot more to go, so I wouldn't try for any pinfalls soon. You definitely want to make sure you at least hit like a big old signature move or something before you even attempt to pin your opponent. That's usually the smart wrestling strategy. And we'll see if these two can employ smart wrestling strategy. Geralt goes for a big kick right to the gut of Clint Eastwood, as Clint Eastwood puts him once again in that Canadian backbreaker, and once again, Geralt easily able to slip out of it, hits him with a spinning kick to the face. So Clint Eastwood is doing what we would call not smart wrestling strategy, which is what happens when you do something like repeat the same move 2 times in a row and get the same result. You got to vary up your moveset. That's what I've been saying. I said it last week. I'll say it again tonight. Varied movesets are the key to victory, and sometimes people don't understand that. But here we go. Clint Eastwood, I think, has finally got it through his head, sends him off the ropes. Eastwood with a big rolling elbow may have taken Geralt's freaking head off with that, but Geralt's got enough sense left in his head that he is able to kick out of the pin. But it's not a good position for Geralt to be in, especially as Clint Eastwood lifts him up onto his shoulders, and he's going to hit him with the good, the bad, and the ugly. That is Clint Eastwood's finishing move. And is this going to be the end of Geralt of Rivia's story here in Clash of the Gods? And he's able to get the shoulder up, which means this match will continue. Clint Eastwood looks beside himself. I think he expected it to be over, but he must have sorely underestimated Geralt if he thought that was going to be it. It's going to take a little bit more than that to put away the White Wolf, to put away the Butcher of Blaviken, Geralt of Rivia. Also, if you haven't watched like the Netflix Witcher series or played the Witcher games from CD Projekt Red, get on that. They're really freaking good, okay? The show is not as good as the games, but like, it's still fucking fantastic. So go watch the show. If you haven't seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, go watch that, because it's a fucking amazing movie, by the way. As Geralt begins to mount a bit of a comeback now, the momentum heading back in the direction of Geralt of Rivia, who's looking to ride this to victory, hoping to advance to next week's triple threat match and be the first person to win the Omni title. But he's going to have to go through John Wick and Gaston and Bruce Lee if he wants to do that after he beats Clint Eastwood. That's if he beats Clint Eastwood, which he was not able to do with that frog splash. Although that is to say, Clint Eastwood could still win. This match is not over yet. Geralt's got a little bit more to go if he wants to climb that mountain. And he's going to hit him with a kick to the gut, and he's going to set him up for Geralt's finishing move. That's going to be a curb stomp. Ladies and gentlemen, that could very well do it. Is this going to be Geralt's moment of advancement? His time to triumph? And no, it is not, because Clint Eastwood, against all odds, kicked out, and I think Geralt's in a bit of disbelief himself. He's going to go for a moonsault, but Clint Eastwood was able to get out of the way, tried to go for that rolling elbow. Geralt very able to block it, but he's not able to block the second attempt, and Clint Eastwood connects in his second try, and now that could have knocked Geralt silly, but is it silly enough to be a victory? Not quite. Eastwood, what he's thinking to himself, he is thinking, what have I got to do to put this man away? The answer is usually a finishing move. If it didn't work once, try it again, and that's exactly what Eastwood did. Is this it? Is this Eastwood's moment of triumph? 1, 2, 3, it is indeed. Clint Eastwood has defeated Geralt of Rivia, although that match, I think, could have gone either way. It was a pretty close contest, a pretty evenly matched contest, but it seems like Clint Eastwood has done a very, very impressive thing by beating Geralt of Rivia in a clean, straight fight. And that means that Clint Eastwood will get an opportunity to challenge for the Omni title, but he'll have to get through John Wick and Gaston in next week's Triple Threat in order to do so. Thank you all for tuning in to the second edition of Clash of the Gods. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like it because you liked it, and subscribe because there's more to come, baby. Thanks for watching, and take care.